Welcome to my first travel vlog, and today's destination is Adelaide. Tomorrow is my very first business trip as Sydney Plant Guy. I was invited by Julique, an Australian company. They specialize in face care and well-being. In Adelaide, they're launching their new herbal recovery series, and they have their farm in Adelaide where they grow all of their botanicals. So they obviously had me at farm. I don't think I've ever been to a farm in my life. So that I'm really excited about. Really excited to work with Julique again. They were at my old apartment last year and we filmed a little commercial together. Definitely something for me to learn from as well, you know? I want to see how professionals put videos together, how they shoot the B-roll and lighting and so on, and hopefully, pick their brains a little bit. So I'm excited on so many levels that I'm going to Adelaide. Also, I don't travel much. I think the last time I kind of left my house for longer than one night was 1.5 years ago when I traveled to Germany at the very, very beginning of my YouTube channel. I think in the second month or so of me having this channel. So I don't usually leave the house that much, right? I'm pretty invested. I have so many plans. I have a cat. Traveling is expensive. With a job and content creation, I hardly ever have time. So yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really keen to leave the house. I'm just going to take you along on those 3 days. It's only 3 days, but it's going to start really, really early tomorrow. My flight tomorrow is at 7 a.m. So that's going to be a challenge. But I'm starting the vlog today because, well, for me to be able to leave, I want to make sure that all of my plans are taken care of. So I thought I'll just show you really quickly as well what sort of considerations I have when I leave. Now, I'm only gone for 3 days, so I'm gonna leave on Tuesday really early in the morning, gonna be gone all Tuesday, all Wednesday, and then on Thursday I should be back 5, 6, 7 p.m.-ish, right? So I will get a chance to do some urgent watering on Thursday evening when I come back. So not really a concern because it's such a short time frame, but recently I haven't really had a watering day where it's I water everything on a Saturday. I kind of just check everything every day. So it could be that there's some plants that already haven't been watered in about a week or so, and maybe those extra 2-3 days could kind of just tip them over the edge. So important to know the forecast. And I don't have my phone, one moment. And keep in mind that the forecast is always so wrong. So 30, 28 degrees, but overcast, which you also can't trust. So in general, I reckon warmish. So if I would be filming this video in winter, I'd be more conservative with the watering, but because I know that the next few days will be warmish, if there's a plant that I'm like, oh, I could water it or I could wait another 2 days, I'll probably just water it today. So that's kind of my philosophy. The cabinet I actually watered yesterday, so I'm not fussed about the cabinet. But this one might need a little watering. Now, see, I can still see condensation on here and has really thick roots, so this one should be able to survive, but it's probably one of the first plants I'm going to check when I come back on Thursday. And now with my moss poles over here, I'm just going to squeeze all of them, and if the bottom is still nice and wet, that's good. Alright, this one could use a little. Now when I squeeze them, I obviously squeeze the top as well as the bottom, but also consider how much of the pole the plant is taking up. So of course, if a plant has reached the top of the moss pole like it does over there, then the whole moss pole should be moist. If the plant is only halfway up its moss pole, the top is dry, the bottom isn't, then I wouldn't water it right now. Sometimes I feel like, okay, it's kind of a little bit dryish, but not in need for a full watering. I'll just take the bottle and I just pour a little bit of water in it. Now that's not going to be enough water to drain all the way through the moss pole, but that's okay. The top dries out first anyway, so I really just want to re-moisten the top. Don't wait for the pole to be dry until I water it. The pole pretty much just absorbs the water straight away if I do it slowly. So now I got half a bottle left over here. And that should be the perfect amount for my Milano over here, for example. It wouldn't need a full one. Alright, this blended is fine. Alrighty, that is it. And as I said, of course, because I water every day, all the time, I don't have this one day where I'm like, oh my god, I need to water so much. It's really just assessing today. Let's move through. There's also a little top tip. I actually have a cupboard over here. There. Fill up all of my bottles and I put nutrients in it so it's ready to be used. And I do that like 2 or 3 times a week depending on how warm it has been and how much water I needed. But that way, whenever I see a plant that needs water, I just grab it from here and I go. I have also 4 in the office and 3 upstairs. So no matter where I am, there's always a bottle of water with nutrients already mixed in, handy, so I never have to procrastinate the watering. Ignore the mess on the table. Oh my god. Guys, I've been editing the submission video. You know, the Inspired by SPG. I've been editing that video for, oh my god, 5 or 6 hours today. And I'm still not done. And I did 2 hours yesterday as well. It's lengthy. Right, that's very dry. So that one gets a bottle put on top. And that will be sufficient for that for the next few days. Alrighty, the Monstera I watered yesterday. This one, oh shit, I watered this one yesterday too. And I just made a mess. Anyway, I always get nervous when I need to leave the house for longer than like 5 hours. Like I'll have no issues being there. I'm like this weirdly introverted extrovert. Like I get really nervous before these sort of events, but then at the same time I'm so excited when I'm there and I'm gonna have a chat to everybody and I'm gonna, you know, like hopefully not be too socially awkward. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely nice because I know them already because, well, they were at my house last year and yeah, we got along really well. So I'm less nervous. I'm more nervous about the flying part. I really don't like flying. Alrighty. Oh, good news. I don't know if you can tell by the floor. It just started raining a little bit, which means I don't need to worry about any of the plants out here. Plus, I did a big garden makeover yesterday, so don't need to worry about anything in the garden. But I want to have a quick look at the greenhouse as well. Just want to get a feel for like the moss poles. And this one is not so much actually about watering and making sure they have water. It's also about providing nutrients because I don't often provide nutrients to my plants in the greenhouse. They usually get watered by the hose and or just misters and so on. So whenever I got the opportunity to provide a few nutrients to them as well, that is always appreciated by the plants. Obviously really just going around seeing who might need one. Specifically the ones that sometimes are a little bit shaded, not shaded, like not in direct line of the misters, let's say. But yeah, that's all good. Do 1 minute of misting from 12 to 5, that's fine. It's really just to keep the environment a high humidity environment, and then in the high humidity environment the plants don't really dry out that much in the first place. Now, it doesn't get that much direct sun exposure anymore because the sun has moved quite a lot already with autumn approaching. So yeah, I think that's all I have to do for the greenhouse. Look how pretty this looks. Alrighty, and upstairs the anthuriums I actually watered yesterday. So I think that is it. I have so much camera gear to bring, it's crazy. What else do I need to bring? I'm gonna go to the gym to get rid of my nervous energy. And I'll see you more or less bright and early in the morning. So yeah. Good morning. It is just after 5, close to 5:30. Actually woke up much better than expected. Yeah, I'm very excited. But I had a good night of sleep. And now it's time to head to the airport.
You gonna take care of the house, my baby? Yes? You're gonna do all the watering? Okay. Good man.
Perfect. My Uber is here, so let's bounce, huh? Alrighty, my baby, my Uber is here. I'll miss you. Hey. Rude. I know you'll miss me too. You just won't admit it, right? It's still dark outside. What the f? Do I have everything? I think I got everything. I'll see you soon. Hey, mate. How are you? Alrighty, we made it to the airport. I'm basically rocking up a day early so that I can get a little tour of their farm as well, because they're known for their biodynamic sustainable farming. Sounds hectic. I hope we're gonna find out a little bit more about it today. So yeah, that's on the agenda for today. Farm visit. I'll see a bit of behind the scenes of the event tomorrow. Tomorrow is their launch event, and as part of that, I'm part of a panel. So the panel is all about self-care, and we have different people that approach self-care differently, and I suppose my approach is connecting with nature. And the day after, I'm flying back. So short and sharp. I'm really excited. It's my first kind of business trip, so Julie paid for all of this, my accommodation, my flights and everything, so full disclosure. These are the sort of things that are really exciting. You know, these are opportunities I wouldn't have if I would be doing something different. And obviously a massive thank you to you as well. If it wasn't for people watching my content, you know, brands would have no interest in working with me. So thank you. Anyway, I think enough introduction. I don't want to miss my flight, so I'm gonna head to the gate, and I'll see you in Adelaide. Yeah, I'll see you there. Spotted at the airport. It's me! Hello! Oh my god, can you believe it? I was picked up by Anna today, and she stood there with like a sign with my name on, like in the movies. Like in the movies. I feel very important, and yeah, we just Anna drove me to where are we? Mount Lofty, Adelaide Hills. And I'm honestly feeling like a VIP. And Anna was so nice. Like, it was honestly such a nice welcome to Adelaide. We had good chats about everything. So yeah, it's a really good start to the week. I'm really excited. Thank you, Anna.
Checking in today with us?
Yes. Alrighty, so my room won't be ready yet. So I think I'm going to just really briefly check out the location here, and then I'll be heading to the farm. For a full day of filming on the farm. Oh wow. So beautiful. Can definitely get used to that. I'm just waiting for my Uber to take me to the farm. So I thought, and it's 13 minutes away, so I thought I'll have a quick browse through the place. It looks so fancy. Like, I feel so wrong here. Look at this ginormous, I suppose it's a sequoia. Sequoia, I think. Beautiful. Look at that. Smells good as well. So we're in like this middle of we're in the middle of the Adelaide Hills, and there is a national park nearby. There's the Mount Lofty summit that's supposed to have amazing views over Adelaide, and there's a botanic garden like right there over the hedge. So we have a lot to explore. Look. Ah, beautiful over the valley. Shit, I forgot to put sunscreen on. Surely they have some on the farm. First things first, let's go to the farm where I'm gonna meet their farm manager, and hopefully I learn a little bit about their practices. So they're known for their sustainable practices and their biodynamic practices, which is, to be frank, really honest, nothing I was familiar with before. But I read into it a little bit, and it's basically about farming in line with the galaxy, like the moon and the stars and so on. Which, look, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a spiritual person. Actually, I would probably say I'm the opposite. But it's undeniable that the moon has an influence over our environment, right? I mean, look at tides. That's very easily observable by all of us. But yeah, if the moon has an impact on a body of water, they can make it rise and fall by so much. Like, of course it would have some sort of impact on plants. They're mainly made out of water. And humans, of course, we're made out of water as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to learn from them. It's just, you know, it's another part of plants or growing that I feel like I have never really been exposed to before. And this is what it's all about these days. It's all about learning new things, going out of my comfort zone, getting inspiration from people that are experts in their field, and hopefully sharing it with you at the same time. Anyway, I'll see you at the farm. I just arrived at the farm. We'll pan over it. What a perfect day for it as well. But the main thing I want to tell you, it's probably windy again. Let me cover the microphone a bit. What I want to tell you is I saw a koala in the wild. I have never seen a koala in the wild. I've only ever seen one in the zoo. Sorry, I didn't get him on camera. I was actually looking out the window instead of my screen for once while I was in the car because the scenery was so beautiful. And he was just chilling on the tree, living its best life. Yeah, that really made my day. And my Uber driver said that's not necessarily super common, so I feel like another good omen. First we had Anna, the absolute legend of a driver. She actually gave me so much confidence. Yeah, she was really nice. And now the koala, like, this is gonna be a good day. Hello! Hello my friends, I hope you can hear me, I hope you can see me. So, what time is it? Let's have a look. It is 3 o'clock, so I think we just spent about 4 hours filming. I mean, it wasn't 4 hours filming non-stop. We were touring the farm and took some videos in different spots with like professional people, like a professional cameraman, two cameraman, his assistant, and voice sound guy as well. So and the marketing person. So there was like 4 people and me. It felt very professional and made me realize how amateur my little operation here is. Just me and the crew. Biodynamic farming isn't just about sustainable agriculture. It's about fostering a deeper connection to the land and cosmos. Sweet. We kind of toured the farm, we toured the drying room as well. I don't think I can go back into the drying room, but I'm going to take you on a little tour across the farm in a sec. Super pretty here. We got really lucky with the weather as well. Most beautiful day, 30 degree, not a cloud in the sky. And there were so many kangaroos everywhere as well. So I've already seen a koala and kangaroos, so I'm a happy man. Alrighty, let's just go on a tour. I brought my other camera as well. Alright, lots and lots of roses over here. Really nice. Now, what was actually quite cool is, I know that Jolique has, like, it's an Australian company, but they distribute internationally. I was really surprised at the size of their farm. I would have expected it to be huge, but I spoke to the farm manager, Shuri, and she basically said that they just have a huge output. So they're very efficient. So they hand pick all of their flowers. They usually use the petals, for example, on roses. They hand pick all of the flowers and petals. that could be, depending on the season, could be that for the next 2-3 weeks, all they do is they're gonna pick these petals. And she said sometimes they go there like 2-3 times a week to make sure that they're harvesting as many things as possible. But in between, the plants regenerate and then flower again and so on. So it's kind of like a constant battle of getting on top of the harvesting, if that makes sense. So basically, she said over time, they were able to increase their output without actually increasing the size of the land that they use. So they're really maximizing what they get out of the land. And yeah, I really like that, because I mean, for me, it's also all about maximizing what I can get out of my small apartment, maximizing what I can get out of a moss pole and so on. So I think in that line, we were actually quite aligned in our approach. And then the other thing that she said that I really enjoyed was their biodynamic approach. Oh my God, I can talk to you. I think I need to be not in the sun to talk to you about that, because that's going to be a bit of a topic. But I just wanted to show you this beautiful lavender over here. Look how beautiful, and all the pollinators. I've got the feeling I'm going to be so burned by the end of the day. It's so sunny, but I did put sunscreen on. There's the film crew. Coming for your gig. Just dreaming. See you later. All right, now we're gonna hunt down the kangaroos. Like, not actually hunt them, sorry. We're gonna go find the kangaroos. This time of the day, they're pretty much just chilling there doing nothing. Quite interesting. I think sometimes people that were born in Australia don't really appreciate kangaroos and koalas or their native wildlife as much as I do, I think. So for them it's just so normal, but to me it's like this symbol of the country that I really want to live in. So I probably never really appreciated all of the cultures in Europe that are just so readily available and so close to each other when I was living there. And now I'm like, I want to go back to Europe and travel. Well, probably the same for Australians when it comes to native wildlife. They just probably don't really appreciate it as much because they're so used to it. Anyway, there it is. Sorry, kangaroo, I didn't want to disturb you. I'm just walking on the footpath. The noise, I know. Don't worry. Yeah. See, they're all just chilling there. Sorry. Okay, I'll go. Sorry, they weren't so scared of us earlier. I definitely don't want to get too close to them, you know. I think you should keep your fair distance from them. But we were much closer earlier, and they were fine. Maybe it's the camera. Let's blame it on the camera. Clearly isn't me. So yeah, biodynamic farming. So we filmed this whole video about biodynamic farming today. So it was kind of a new concept to me, or actually, apparently it wasn't a new concept to me. It was just kind of the terminology that was a little bit new to me. And I spoke to the farm manager, Cherie, and she kind of said that I probably do biodynamic farming or biodynamic house planting. So basically, biodynamic farming is not just focusing on the crop and not just focusing on growing a healthy crop. So, you know, whatever it is that you might want to grow. In my instance, it would be aeroids. It's more about creating a connection between you, the crops, and the land and everything, right? So it's about giving back to the land through proper composting, not using pesticides, not using chemicals for pest treatment or diseases and so on, but instead using natural ways of pest treatment. And we're just going to walk towards the compost so I can show you all of their composting. Instead, like layering plants or putting different plants, growing different plants in proximity to each other to create like a balanced ecosystem that naturally fights off diseases. I feel like the houseplant equivalent would be like your sacrificial alocasia in your moss pole corner, so that the spider mites rather eat the alocasia than the velvet philodendron. That sort of stuff, right? So I think these are all concepts that I'm very much interested in and probably subconsciously aim for, but I just never really put a word to it. So that's really good, because that just gives me a bit of ability to maybe do a little bit more research into it and see if there's something else I can learn about it. Yeah, look at all of the compost over here. So much compost, which is good, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the land. And basically the whole philosophy is that if you nourish the land, then your plants will grow, right? And I suppose the Cherie saying that their yearly output for the farm is consistently increasing despite the land not increasing is just a result of that, right? You're nurturing the land, and in return you are rewarded with more crop. This is actually not good. There could be snakes here. Oh, there's another kangaroo there. Look at them. Just chilling. I won't get too close. Sorry. I said I won't get too close. Chill. Look at them over here. They're actually so well camouflaged in the bushes. It's crazy. You can hardly see them. But I mean, you can see the farm is right there. They're setting up for the event tomorrow. So these kangaroos are just right here. So they're not too far away. There was actually one jumping in between these elderflower trees earlier as well. So it was really close. So they're not too shy. I think they just really don't like the camera. And I asked her whether the increase in output would be a result of maturity of the plants or maturity of their concept. So her and her team having a better understanding of the land. And she actually said that they have really good staff retention. Hardly anybody ever leaves. So it's more the maturity of the team and everybody knowing what they have to do and when they have to do it, and everybody having built that connection with the land. And that really resonated with me, because look, I'm not usually that like spiritual. I'm like, oh my God, the stars align and this is in retrograde and happy days. But I do think I have like this connection to my houseplants where I know what the plant needs and when it needs it and so on. And it would be really hard for me to just explain that to somebody, or would be really hard for me to do the same in somebody else's place with their plant collection. I just have a more unique connection to my houseplants specifically because I spend so much time with them. And it's the exact same for her on this farm. She said that if she would try and replicate this somewhere else in the world or even somewhere else in Australia, she would almost have to start from scratch again, because you need to learn this connection with the land again from scratch, and it's always different. Anyway, okay, we've kind of done a little round trip around the farm, so you also noticed that it's not all too big. And we just got into like a little display garden behind me, and I want to take you on a little tour. And we can read all of the labels. Right, we have lavender, and it's calming, soothing, and antioxidant. Jesus, can't read today. This one is interesting. Marshmallow root. Grown in Geneva, has hydrating and softening properties that help to rebalance dryness of the skin. Nice. I suppose it's grown for the root, but this is what it looks like. Actually have heard of marshmallow root extract before. More roses. So I think this is kind of just like a little showcase of some of the plants that they grow on their farm. Just more accessible for everybody to touch and smell. I touched and smelled every single flower on this farm today, I think. And I have to say, everything smells amazing. So I'm here for the Herbal Recovery launch, and their products are using four ingredients, four ingredients specifically. So I want to point those out to you. First, we've got the Holy Basil. Helps boost skin radiance, leads to brighter, firmer, and more elasticity to the skin. And it's this one over here. And I ate a little bit of it and I smelled it, and it smells fantastic. It smells a little bit like basil, but also very minty. And then we've got echinacea, yep. So these are echinaceas over here, and they are using the big flower bud in the middle for the new Herbal Recovery range. And again, they all have to be hand-picked for this, and they're all dried, all on the farm over here. It was very impressive to see them doing it all here in Australia on their farm, like from hand picking to drying. Yeah, good on them. I think this is the elderflower one. They just call it black elder. These are these trees over there, and they've got some more over there I'm going to show you as well. And lastly, iris. And they're using the root of the iris. It's also used as an ingredient in gin. Suddenly I'm very interested. I just really like this concept of actually understanding a little bit more about what goes into the face cream, what goes into my food, and so on. I think that's really the kind of journey I want to be on this year. Just understand a little bit more about plants and how they fit into our daily lives, and where they're all play an important role in, rather than just looking at their beauty, if that makes sense. Nothing wrong with growing a nice looking plant, but yeah, at the end of the day, if there can be like a bigger purpose to it, that would also be nice. Or maybe a bit of both. Why not both? Alrighty, over here, these are all elderflower trees, and they're just setting up for the event tomorrow. It's gonna look so pretty, I reckon. I'm really excited. Now, the event tomorrow, there's a panel that I'm gonna be talking on, and apart from that, I think just a whole lot of socializing. I'm getting really hot. I have a lot of sunscreen in my eye. One camera's overheating and one is running out of battery, so that's probably my sign to call it a day for now, and I'll see you really soon. Alrighty, I'm back at the hotel. This is my hotel room. Let me give you a quick tour. So fancy. I mean, like very traditional, right? Personally more of a modern person. My design aesthetic is more modern, but can definitely appreciate this beautiful hotel and room. And Angelique left me with the whole Herbal Recovery range. Also, I have actually used a couple of these products from the Herbal Recovery range already, and I've really been loving them. I mean, I'm no skincare expert, you know, but my face felt really good, and I got so many compliments recently about my skin. Actually, I got a lot of comments at work at my farewell party, and everybody was just saying how I'm glowing. Could be the face cream, could be me quitting my job, could be a combination of both, but I think it was definitely partially at least the skincare, because I'm actually following the routine. I do it every day and every morning. Like, you know, I'm actually properly taking care of my skin like I should have a long time ago. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, we are just like houseplants, just with complex emotions. We need water, we need to hydrate, we need to grow in good conditions. You know, I want to live in an environment that is safe and comfortable for me to live in. And then I need to have consistent care. So no point in applying a product once, it needs to be consistent, same as with fertilizing, with watering and so on. So I'm more and more thinking of myself as a houseplant, and taking care of myself like I care for my houseplants. And so far it's really been working for me. So happy days. Anyway, I set up a little makeshift office over here, and I'm currently just transferring some data, posted a YouTube video. Actually, I need to post on TikTok, but I thought, you know what? It is still daytime outside. My dinner reservation isn't for another hour, and it's really beautiful and sunny outside, and I love exploring new places. So I figured, let's go outside. I can be on my computer when it's dark. Oh, that's why it's called Sequoia. Not because of this tree, but because of this tree. As dead as it looks. Kind of looks cool. I still can't believe I saw this bloody koala just sitting there. That made my day. And I'm feeling so privileged that me, good old Jan, growing a couple of houseplants, more than a couple, you know, that I get these sort of opportunities of talking to people who've been invested in plants for such a long time. Okay, I found the Botanic Gardens entrance. It is closed, but at least now I know where it is. So that's good. Botanic Garden closes at 4. It's like, why? Why? So I want to go to the Botanic Gardens. I reckon I'll do that on Thursday. Look, kangaroos! Down there. Probably way too far away for you with the GoPro, but I'll try and zoom in. But they're just everywhere. There's another one coming. Maybe once they're moving, you can kind of just see them a bit better. I'm glad I left the house, even if it was just a little glimpse of the kangaroo. I can always sit in front of my computer when I'm at home, but I'm only in Adelaide. The Adelaide Hills is probably going to be the only time I'll ever get here. Quite frankly, I could never afford to come here if I wasn't on Jalique's invite. So I'm 100% going to make the best out of this. Look, there's more right there between the gum tray. This must be, this is part of this is part of the national park, I think. Yeah. Time goes by really slowly in South Australia. Look, here they are. Sorry, I'm just way too far away and I should have brought the other camera. Hello! Where am I? I'm just gonna walk up this road. What's the worst that can happen? Oh my god, I finally found the beginning of the trail. Okay, where am I? Here's alright. Let's just hope it doesn't get dark. It's fine. I've walked fast, right? Come on, it says 20 minutes. Easy, 20 minutes there, 5 minutes there, 20 minutes back. I suppose the way back will be easy. And then still on time for dinner. I'm sure I can be late to my own reservation. Dinner for one, please. Okay, if we see a koala before we hit the summit, then we return. Look at this, beautiful. Wow. Come on, koala, where are you? Oh my god, I'm looking for koalas and I'm walking on this track, so I'm very likely to fall. Random topic. Adelaide has 30 minutes, 30, time difference to Sydney and Melbourne. 1.5 hours difference to Brisbane at the moment. And what's that then? 2.5 hours to Perth. So it's the only time zone that's not like a full or 2 or 3 hours behind, half an hour. Why? Why? I mean, I understand why there's time differences and why people, you know, all of that. But half an hour? So when it's like 5:15 over here. It's 5:45 in Sydney. Like, what a stupid, stupid idea. And why aren't the people boycotting it? I don't know. Anyway, I find that super confusing. I can deal with like an hour or 2 hours or something like that, you know, because then at least 5 o'clock is now 6 o'clock. It's not. 6 o'clock is now 5:30. Where is the summit? Surely I need to go up here eventually to get to the summit. Oh my god, there's a kangaroo right there. Look. Oh my god, that's so cool. See, we definitely took the right track. Oh my god, there's one right there. It's just on the side of the road. Not the road, on the side of the track. He seemed really unbothered. This is the right time for them though. They do like to come out during dusk. We 100% took the right track. It might just not lead us to the summit. It led us to kangaroo. Yes. Right, definitely the journey was the destination in this instance because I'm heading right back. Oh, so much sweat on my eyes. Guys, something that is amazing about Australia is everywhere you go, there's free water. Oh, I'm a sweaty mess. It's beautiful, but honestly it's super glary up here today. And probably going to be another hour or hour and a half for the sun to set, and I have dinner in 20 minutes. It's like a 30-minute walk and I need to have a shower, so good luck. Anyway, I will just head back same way that I came, so it's not too interesting, but I'll see you soon. It's very fast speed walking back, so that's good. I saw probably another 7 kangaroos just sitting in the bush feeding, and that made me very happy. One of them was honestly so close. They were so close. Not as scared as the ones on the farm earlier today, I feel like. But yeah, anyway, I made it back before it's dark, before the restaurant closes, I hope. But I'm desperate need for a shower. That place is way too fancy for me to sit there like this. But anyway, just wanted to let you know about the good news that I'm still alive.